I'm going to share a letter that Amy wrote, and the letter is addressed to David Lynch, her teacher Jared Sasson, and myself. And Amy writes, this is excerpts. Today is June 14th, and while that might seem unremarkable in some respects, to me it is highly significant. It was exactly 1 year ago today that Jared knocked on my front door and brought TM into my life. I was having a great deal of difficulty getting a hold of my emotions. Instead, they were most often controlling me. Much was happening in this country that was disturbing, and between the political turmoil, the heightened undercurrent of injustices, and an ongoing feeling of global uncertainty, it became harder and harder for me to let go of things and focus on the here and now in my life. In truth, letting go or brushing things off has never been my strong suit. But on June 14th of last year, I was shown a way forward through my own emotional stagnation. I remember keenly that first afternoon of learning. I also remember thinking I needed help and that I hoped this would be it. With my very first meditation that day, I felt something which I had not felt for some time, the possibility of inner calm and, most significantly, an emotional respite. As the next few days of learning progressed, I remember feeling bolstered by this new practice in my life. Now I had something to help me when my mind and spirit felt stuck in negative emotions. I had another tool in my toolbox of emotional support. This tool, however, was different from the rest. It became a way to bookend my days, a gentle way to begin them and a softer way to close them leading into the night. I have noticed real changes in my life and therefore in myself. One of the most notable being that I have not had a single depressive episode in this time. Now, that's not to say that I have not been depressed. I have. But as David once said at the beginning of all of this, you will still feel your feelings, but the lows will not be as low anymore. You will not suffer as you have before. In this, he was right. The great artist Paul Klee once noted that, quote, a single day is enough to make us a little larger or another time a little smaller. This is where the change comes in. I have had some very sad days and weeks where I was a bit weepy apropos of nothing, but I have not had the complete and total disconnect from everything around me that has snuck into my life in the past, often lingering for up to a month or more. That is something. I can be sad. I can handle being sad. But now I have a way to balance those sad days by at least trying to do something good for myself in the morning and evening to buffer me in between. TM has also done what some might call miraculous, which is to instill in me more patience than I've ever been capable of mustering on my own. Patience has never been my strong suit, yet now I am able to emotionally reason my way through frustrating situations and find more sympathy and understanding for myself and others in the moment when it's needed the most. I could continue to list the myriad ways in which TM has enriched my life and expanded me emotionally as a person, but I will spare you my rattling on. Suffice to say that TM has been one of the greatest gifts that I've ever been given, and as such, I can never thank all of you enough for your generosity in bringing this gift into my life. 1 year later, and not a single twice-daily session missed, I thank you all so much for believing I was ready to begin this journey and for guiding me lovingly along the way. Very eloquent, Amy, very eloquent. This is a poem, Unconditional, by Jennifer Paine Welwood, psychotherapist, meditation teacher. Willing to experience aloneness, I discover connection everywhere. Turning to face my fear, I meet the warrior who lives within. Opening to my loss, I gain the embrace of the universe. Surrendering into emptiness, I find fullness without end. Each condition I flee from pursues me. Each condition I welcome transforms me and becomes itself transformed into its radiant, jewel-like essence. I bow to the one who has made it so, who has crafted this master game, to play in its purest delight, to honor its form, true devotion. All right. Thank you for joining, and we shall continue.